Alright, what the fuck is up, everybody? Hope all you guys are having a good day. We got a change of scenery right now. As you can see, we're in my fucking apartment. I'm here in Chico, not in San Jose right now, but we're still gonna get some fucking content going. Today's topics, we're gonna be talking about, nutrition. What should I eat in order to gain muscle? I'm gonna tell you guys all sorts of shit. I am also going to say real quick, I am not a nutrition specialist. I'm just a fucking meathead that likes to lift, and I'm just trying to help the bros out. I mean, you guys saw in the last video my credentials, like how I look now compared to how I used to look about, 3 or 4 years ago. If you guys want to listen to me, listen to me. If not, fuck. Let's break it down with some carbs, okay? The way that I look at carbs is I look at it as my friend. I look at it as my fuel, my energy to not only work out, but to go about my day. A lot of people, they like to do like low carb diets and shit like that, but I think it's necessary to have carbs and a good amount of carbs too within your diet. Let's say if you're in a caloric deficit, yeah, you could shrink it down a little bit, but don't do that shit to where oh, I don't have any carbs in the day, or then bro, you're just gonna be fucking gassed out all the time. At least that's how I look at it. Once again, I'm not a fucking nutrition specialist. I'm just a fucking meathead. Let's talk about some carb sources. We're looking at red potatoes, jasmine rice. Get yourself a big bag from Costco or anything like that. Sourdough bread. Sourdough bread's really good. The thing about sourdough bread though, it has more sodium, so you're more likely to retain water and hold a lot more water. Just gotta watch out for that. Cream of rice, rice cakes, fucking bagels, oatmeal. Oatmeal's fucking good. I'm gonna tell you guys something, a hack that I just got put on with is black beans. Very good on the carbs, amazing on the protein. Don't get it out the can because the can has a lot of sodium, a lot of salt. If you were to just cook it yourself, if you want to add in salt, you can add in salt, but the macros on that are fucking crazy. Next up, we got our sources of fats. When people hear the word fats, they're like, oh, I don't want that. I'm gonna get fucking fat. But if you keep a moderation and if you're tracking your fucking macros every day, you should be okay. If you have a certain amount of fats, a certain amount of carbs, a certain amount of proteins each day, and you're tracking it, you'll be alright. If you're in a caloric deficit or in a surplus, you're either gonna gain your weight or you're gonna lose your weight. So it's all about tracking it. I fucked up my first 2 years. I didn't track shit, so I looked like a fat ass the whole time. I didn't see any changes until I did start tracking it. Let's talk about some sources of fat real quick. Okay, it's not just any source of fat. We're looking at some good fats, okay? Something that's beneficial to you. We have cheese, butter, avocados, eggs, peanut butter. I'm not a fan of peanut butter. I'm a picky eater, to be honest with you guys. Olive oil or coconut oil. Those are essential in good fats right there. Those ones are the best, my picks right there personally. We just finished talking about our fats. Now we're going to go into our sources of protein. Protein is essential in muscle building, repairing, recovery, all sorts of shit like that. It's essential to get, I'd say, anywhere from 1 to 1.5 grams of protein per body weight. For example, I weigh 220 right now, and my daily intake of protein is around 220, 240 grams of protein per day. If I get more than that, then fuck yeah, I'm happy, but 220 is the least. Let's talk about our proteins. We're looking at ground beef, steak, you got chicken breast, you got chicken, drumsticks, shit like that, chicken thighs, pork chops. My personal favorites is ground beef and chicken breast. The reason for ground beef is because it only takes 15 minutes to make. You just toss it in the pan, fucking crumble that shit up with a spoon or whatever. Yeah, it's ready to go. You just fucking weigh it out and you're good on your fucking protein. I'm gonna tell you guys this. Rich Piana said it before too. I don't rely on protein powder for my source of protein or for any source of protein. Thing is, when you see motherfuckers online saying, yeah, I use this protein powder, whatever, blah, blah, blah. It's an advertisement. These motherfuckers, you see bodybuilders using protein powder. What they're doing is making it look like they use protein powder as their main source, when in reality, it's just a tactic that makes people who are new to lifting or, for example, smaller than these bodybuilders, they're like, oh wow, so if I take that protein powder, I'm gonna get big like him. No, you have to fucking eat your protein. You have to eat real meat. Pause. And I don't rely on synthetic protein as well because it doesn't process in the body like how actual meat does. I'm not a fan of that. Plus, a lot of the protein powders and stuff like that has a lot of seed oils. So I'm not a fan of that either. Another thing I want to talk to you guys about is vegetables and fruits. What I like to do is I eat Spinach. Spinach is really good for you. You could also eat green beans. Carrots. Carrots are good for you too. Fucking fruits. Eating fruits. Bananas are my number one when it comes to eating fruits. Up next is apples, grapes, watermelon. Then you got all sorts of good shit, right? Whatever fruits you fucking like, eat your fucking fruits. I also want to talk about what is like the essential cookware that I use. Especially being a being a college student, it's fucking hard to, meal prep or whatever the hell you call it to make your food because, your dorm's small. You don't have access to a kitchen. So a lot of these motherfuckers are out here like, damn, I can't cook. I'm relying on the fucking meals at the cafeteria. It's dog shit, bro. It's not fitting my macros. I'm not seeing any progress. So I'm going to put you guys on real quick. All my college gym bros that are trying to make some fucking gains. All you need is a fucking rice cooker and a fucking crock pot. At Target, I saw a crock pot going for like $20. And then a rice cooker at Walmart is like fucking $25. You get each of those. It's a good investment. You just plug them into the fucking wall. You add in your chicken to a crock pot, and then you add in your rice to a rice cooker. Add water too. That's all you need. And right there is cooking. The chicken, it takes a minute to cook. It takes like 4 hours on high. The rice cooker takes about 20 minutes for the rice to be done. But if you plan accordingly, get your food prepped at the right timing, have it ready for the next day or later on, big chillin'. Big fucking chillin'. It helps out so much. It's such a positive to have a crock pot and a rice cooker. A lot of people, they do air fryers, but I feel like that's more like packaged foods. I'm not a fan of packaged foods. I like to cook everything on my own. I don't want that pre-cooked shit. It's not my cup of tea. Hopefully that helps you guys. Maybe you guys will take my advice. Maybe not. You're not gonna get big. Invest. Just take $50 out of your fucking account, bro, and invest into that shit. You're gonna make so much gains from that shit. All right. And then you can see me one day and you're gonna be like, thank you, Dro. Thank you for telling me that shit. If you guys want to help me out and support me too, use code DRO at getrawnutrition.com. You get 10% off supplements and apparel. Use my code. Blah. Use my fucking code or you'll die.